completely blue screens my computer.
That sort of thing. I like
The recording's working now, though.
Yep, I can.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay, interesting opener. So whenever I'm doing reverse up air like that, I'm trying to catch you jumping. And if you know I'm going to do it, you can just dash attack me or like dash in and possibly grab as a whiff punish. Ridley's pretty fast, so yeah, characters with good ground speed can dash in and punish that. But it's a really good anti-air because like this is my way of saying you are not allowed to jump. You're also not allowed to just stand there because you're Ridley, and you're so tall. But if I'm telling you can't jump and you think I'm going to keep telling you can't jump, don't jump. Run in and grab or dash attack or something like that. Unsafe option. Wouldn't have killed me, so like why go for it, right? I'm at 84. Yeah. Like, it's like when Ikes go for ether on stage. It's more of a mix-up, sure, but... Good back air. That's you telling me I can't jump, and I jump. There you go. See how that works? Yep. Those little rock, paper, scissors situations are something you have to be really aware of in every matchup in the game. That's why matchup knowledge is so key. But you can at least get a general idea of it. Like, most characters are going to have something they do that says you are not allowed to jump now. And you need to take that as a cue to do something else. For Ridley, you can do either like back air or nair to say don't jump. For Ike, it's almost always this reverse up air, or he can back air, but back air is a little harder because it's small. Risky for no reason.
Yeah.
It's all risk reward. Gotta keep that in mind. That. Yeah, that get up attack also really bad on the risk reward front, right? You hit it, yeah, you get back on ledge. You miss it, you die. Not worth it at all. Get up attack needs to be something you only do when you're 100% sure it's gonna hit, or at low percent when you're punished. You wouldn't get too punished for it.
I find that in the moment.
What was that?
I find that, like, in the moment, when I'm playing a little bit bad at gauging forward, which can be very frustrating.
Yeah, but it still has to be pointed out. Everyone is worse at it in the moment, but you need to know your mistakes and be conscious of them to slowly fix them. Like, you can't, it's not a switch you can just turn off. I'm aware of that. But you still need to be actively aware of them. Like, I'm not saying fix this now, and if you don't, I'm gonna, like, you know, make fun of you. I'm just saying this is a habit you have that you need to get under control, and that's gonna take a while. Like, you know, you gotta understand that about yourself, that clearing away your bad habits is not going to happen immediately, and you can't just look for instant gratification. You gotta do it slowly over time.
I'm gonna go in the coaching reviews and say, Solo spent an entire 60 minutes making fun of me. I'm definitely doing a little bit better with not plasma suppression.
Yeah, I think I recall last time that one of the big notes I gave you was just some unsafe options. And you've been mostly safe so far. You're throwing in your mix-ups too much. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you should have a plan in neutral, right? And your plan against Ike is like, you do like rising nair and you back it off, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you claim the space in front of you safely, because your nair is pretty safe. My bad. But and you can do like that back air thing, and then you can F tilt to control space. So those are your safe neutral options, right? For Ike, his safe neutral options are nair, falling up air, reversed, falling back air, and F tilt, and then sometimes down tilt. Down tilt's not quite as safe because it doesn't push shields. So that's your normal neutral, right? Ridley might have a few other tools I'm missing, but you get what I'm saying. Everything else that you do in neutral can be considered a mix-up. It's the things you do when you don't think your opponent will expect it and when you think the risk-reward is in your favor. So that'll be things like dash attack. For Ike, it's like forward air, though I can do a safe retreating forward air. Going for like an anti-air forward air is kind of a mix-up. And Ike can actually, when he's getting parried too much, he can go for a sour spot down air, which has a different timing on shield than nair or back air, so it'll help like get out of parries. For Ridley, you have a command grab, which is an amazing mix-up for people who are shielding too much or who you think you can catch a landing on. And then obviously grab is a mix-up most of the time. Tomahawk grab is a mix-up. Dash grab is a mix-up. Dash attack is a mix-up. And then of course you can use your safe tools as mix-ups, you know, just by mixing up your drift or mixing up, you know, whether you cross up your opponent, etc. But your main neutral plan needs to be your safe options. Mix-ups need to be occasional things that you throw out when you think you have a read on what your opponent's going to do, and not things that you just do, you know, when you want a big reward. So yeah, conscious decision making is the biggest part of it. Like if you're going for that side B, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you know why you're going for it, other than just I want this to hit.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Yeah, I hope I'm not just gibbering.
No. Very helpful.
Cool, good. Oops. See, that's a good mix-up right there. You knew that if you miss it, you're not going to die. You're at 56. And if you hit it, you put me in a really terrible situation. So, I think that was a good side B to go for. Ooh, good stuff. See, that's advantage state. You can use those moves there because you have the advantage and you can go for those big punishes. So yeah, I've just been trying to extend my advantage state as long as possible here. You should be aware that if I get that up B and I drift back to ledge, you can air dodge. It's not a true combo or anything.
Yeah.
But don't try to swing. Usually Ike's going to beat any moves you try to swing at me with. If you like use your stall and fall down air, that might work because you'll make my up air with, but if you just there and you're waiting and you try to like nair back at me or something, you're going to get hit. See, that's a mix-up right there, that quick draw. That low ledge hang, dude.
Yeah.
So you went for an extremely unsafe mix-up there on my... trying to take advantage of my mistech. Can I really not hit that at all? That's crazy.
It has to be a very space.
Yeah, I thought I got it though. Surprised. So yeah, that was you felt too safe in disadvantage. I'm not telling you to panic, but you got to be aware of what options I could throw out at any time.
Ready? Three, two, one, go!
Oh, the dishwasher's clean, babe. Sorry. Nice. See, that's a really good answer to those falling up airs, because you outspace me, basically. Oh. Well, that works, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, kind of.
You should have just gotten out of the way after the first one, though. I thought I had a double jump. That's the only reason I, like, drifted low like that. That's the mix-up, yeah. Don't shield after pressure constantly. You gotta be conscious of what your habit is. And that's something I've noticed you've been doing. Is whenever you exert pressure, you tend to shield because you feel unsafe and you're not ready for their backlash. Your moves are safe enough that you don't have to shield in between your pressure moves. Like, one thing I do with Ike, let's reset to neutral once you get back up. Shield for me. One thing I do with Ike is I'll safely space it in air and then I'll run away. And what happens a lot of times there is that they'll do their out of shield option, then I'll just dash back in and grab them. Or they'll, like, try to, you know, call out my continued pressure with, like, a fair or something. And then I get to whiff punish them. So there's the, like, value. One thing Izal told me, because I got coaching from him recently, it was great. Value, go ahead and shield.
Yeah, of course.
Value hits on shield that are safe just as much as you value hitting your opponent. Because putting that pressure on them and then seeing how they react to it is such a huge part of getting in neutral. Because you're not risking anything and you get to know the habit of theirs. It's information that you get that they don't. So it gives you a slight advantage as you go along. Which is useful. Like, you can think of it like, you know, you would think about a card game or something, right? Where the more information you have, the more opportunities you have to beat your opponent. The same is exactly true in a fighting game, just faster. They have certain cards they can play, you have certain cards you can play, and the more information you have, the better chance you have of finding an opening. Alright. See there, I hit your shield, did something safe, and I noticed you air dodged. So I'm taking note of that habit. I got a grab out of it, which is good. But I'm also taking note of that habit for later. And because now I know you air dodge when you feel unsafe. At least that one time. You might mix up well. You should mix up well. But in case you don't, I'm noting that you air dodged. A lot of people don't think about what they're doing in that situation, you know. They're just like, if they get hit by something, they have their reaction that they're going to do, and it might take 2 or 3 times before they actually realize that they're getting punished for it and adapt. So it's your job to adapt faster than them, and it's also your job to call them out for not adapting.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, I like that you waited that long, but then you gave up center stage. You know? You overextended to the corner. It was you made a positioning error. Yeah, nobody, like, you didn't take any damage. You ended up actually winning neutral. But you won neutral after resetting this, you know, after giving up center stage, which was definitely a mistake. It was a good read attempt. That was good. See, you exerted pressure and then you backed off. But you do need to react to what I do. I think there I shielded, which means you could have either done your command grab or run up and grab me. Wow. So yeah, you were just throwing out, you were just double jumping in place too much. So I threw out a safe pressure tool. And it was one that killed you. So like very little risk for me, very high reward also for me. Nice. That was maybe a little cheesy with the lag, sorry. I wanted to see if it was possible. Okay, punish this hard. Nice. Good. It's good, like 30 and advantage. But then you overextended in your advantage state. You can sometimes go off and try to kill me for that, right? Nothing wrong with that. But you want to also, most of the time, just hold your positioning and react to what I do. So there, I allowed you to roll in, which is very bad, because I gave you back center stage. It allowed you to create pressure on me, and then you caught me jumping out of the corner, right? That was well played by you and poorly played by me. So that's something you got to keep in mind, is that positioning plays a major role in who finds the stock, especially in this matchup. Because like both of us have really oppressive edge pressure, or not edge pressure, but just corner pressure. See, you went for a hard read F smash there, and you let me reclaim center when you did that, which was, I think, a pretty big mistake.
Okay.
So I have center here. It's my goal to keep center. You attacked out of the corner and found your way out. That's good. But now it's your goal to keep center. You went for a really risky dash attack. I did not punish it, but that's my bad. It was still definitely not a dash attack I think you should have done. Good mix up. Am I dead? Nope. Ooh, is that a true confirm?
It's sort of a pseudo one.
It
Like,
felt real.
so the way that like falling fair works is you get true combo into jabs, and you get a true combo into grab at a certain range. But if I space it backwards, it's really easy. It's just something that doesn't show up that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was good. You held center and it allowed you to find an option that would kill.
I'm just thinking a lot about
2, 1, go!
So I threw out the immediate mix up there, because why not?
That's the fun thing about like we want to get. It's just having that level of like outplay and RE.
Yeah. See, you went for a hard read side view there, and as a result, now I'm ledge trapping you instead of us just like playing neutral. So yeah, that nair was good. The fair was not. Like the fair could have been good if you were super confident in your read, but hold on to your positioning. You know, it's a resource you have that they don't. Hold on to it. You see how I'm not committing to anything? I missed the grab, but that's just me not timing it right. It was not a decision-making thing. But yeah, you gotta, like, don't expend all your resources when you don't have to.
Yeah.
So you see how my goal right now is just hold center. I'm holding center, I'm winning neutral as much as I can.
You're honestly just finishing.
Yep. Oh, thought I could get over it. It was my goal just to keep you on ledge, keep you from taking center. If I kill you, great. If I don't, that's fine. There, I messed up. You got center back. Well done by you. That should be your goal, is get to center as much as you can. And then, like, holding center is great. But like I said, it's a resource. You can absolutely expend that resource if you think you have the proper risk-reward setup for it. If you think you can hit and you think it's worth it, you can go for it. Just don't make that your default state of mind. You don't need to go for the kill off of every neutral win. See, I held center and allowed me to react and did a win there. You went for a hard read, got punished. Nice, good stuff. See, and holding, the fact that you had stage control allows you to go for stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Holding center, keeping you off on ledge. That's my whole goal here. Oh wow, that stage is skinny.
I know, right?
I think you just misspaced that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I
Must move forward.
So that was me expending my stage control with that neutral B. I had the resource of having more actionability than you, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use this to go for a hard call out. I spent the capital, the currency that I had that was stage control to find a kill early.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a resource. Like, think of it like an RPG where you have, you have different things in your inventory, and you want to save them for the, for when they're most appropriate. You don't just want to throw them out because then you won't have them anymore. And it's hard to think about all this in game, but it's just a general philosophy of play more than it is like something you're calculating at all times. Like, I don't have a calculator out. But it's something you need to be conscious of, especially when doing things like VOD review. Seeing where not keeping things in mind is what led to you screwing up or losing the stock, or or maybe finding a stock. So yeah, here you're playing safe. You're playing safe. I'm playing safe as well, which is good. Okay, you went for a mix-up, didn't pan out, but you did it at a safe distance. And then you went for a mix-up, and it was, I think, ill-conceived, and you lost neutral. I didn't get the reward off of it I could have, but you still lost neutral, which is bad. That time you lost neutral to my safe option. That's how, like, you shouldn't feel too bad about losing neutral in those situations where we're both throwing out safe options, because it's just going to happen sometimes. It's when you go for a hard read and get called out for it, that's when you have something that you should fix. And it's not that you're going to hit every single hard read, but you have to hit enough of them. Like, you have to be sure enough of them that you hit a good enough percentage. Wow, that is range.
I know, right?
For it to be worth it. Also, you hang on ledge too long. That's a simple habit, but... Two more hard reads. Punished. There, I went for a hard read, trying to read your tech on the platform. Got punished. Thank you, Cat. I went for a hard read because I had recognized that habit from earlier, and it paid off. And then you went for goofy cheese.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Thank you, Cat. Hey. No, you're fine. We're in between games. Crazy idea. Can you pour me some more coffee? It's okay. you mind pouring it for me?
Oh,
No. Thank you.
Three, two, one, go!
That was a good safe poke. There, I overextended. I went for that fair, hoping you would drop through. You didn't, so then I gave up stage control. You see how I'm dancing around up here? Not going for anything too committal, making sure that no matter what, I'm between you and center stage. So you can throw out hitboxes and try to get kills without giving those options up, and you should most of the time. Everything else should be a mix-up. And Ridley has those options too. Mostly aerials. And then F tilt's pretty safe too. See that? If I miss that F tilt, what happens? Nothing, I'm fine. But if I hit it, you die. This is good. You're holding center. No big commitments. You should go for a neutral B, by the way. It destroys ether. And you don't have to commit for it. So that was good. I just got a good parry, you know? That was a good back air. I approve of that back air. Sometimes your opponent's just going to get the timing right and parry, though. That's why you got to mix your timings a bunch. I like the double up smash a lot, too. Because a lot of people are going to jump when they're pressured in the corner. The important thing is that you understand why that up smash worked, right?
oh yeah.
And do you understand it? Like,
Yes.
can you articulate it? Tell me.
Well, obviously, when I'm holding, people have ways of getting, and that's going to be either rolling, and Ridley is a special.
You're cutting out a lot. I heard about half of that.
Sorry, I'm not talking directly into it. Okay, so essentially, a cornered opponent has two ways of getting past.
Okay,
One of them,
we can stop fighting for now. Sorry. Just show me.
and since in Smash 4, like you could run through opponents, that's not that was on the table, but now the only ways through are going to roll with a certain timing, or jumping it.
Mhm.
So, although up smash doesn't necessarily cover roll very well, Ridley is very good at scouting jumps.
Mhm.
As a result of the fact that people aren't expecting smash to happen, so little cooldown, strength at it. The second up smash is a nice mix.
Yep.
When people are like, okay, it's safe to jump now. And since this basically covers a lot of full hop,
Yeah. It covers jump. It covers spot dodge because you'll hit them after the spot dodge. It covers shield drop because you'll hit them standing. It will cover roll sometimes, depending on where they end up and how tall they are.
yeah.
Yeah. So you cover it. It's a really good bait. It covers a bunch of options. It's good stuff. You can't rely on it too much though because it is directly punishable out of shield by people who are ready to react for it. But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was in disadvantage, so we'll resume from here.
Okay, sounds good.
Good coverage. Nice. I really like that you ran back to center there instead of overcommitting trying to punish me. You can punish that quick draw, but I like that in your unsureness, instead of going for a hard read, you just reset, right? That's what you should be doing when you don't know how things are going to interact. There's no reason to hard commit if you're not sure. So good instincts. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yep, the first one was good, the second one not so much.
I fight for my friends.
The temptation, but some
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Don't get lost in the sauce. Sorry,
Jacks.
one second.
3,
Yeah, meaning,
1, go!
the cool option isn't always the best option.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to 0 to death my opponent every time as well, but it doesn't always work out. So yeah, there's that air dodge again. I took note, so I went for the read on it. The F smash was alright. The problem is that I'm only at 13%, right? It was a good movement read. It's just not something I would go for when it doesn't have any potential to kill. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know that reverse up smash that I do sometimes? I'm only ever going to do that when my opponent's at like 110 or higher. Because like, if it doesn't kill, it is so not worth the risk. You can up smash that out of shield if I do that spacing.
I was actually.
Call up. Going for the parry, I think. I like that fair because of the cross up.
Yes.
Same situation there, right? That F smash is not going to kill, and you're now in bad disadvantage because you went for it. You're still struggling. Like, this is still the same neutral win, right? That was one neutral win off of you doing an F smash towards me at 46. And then I just kept you at a disadvantage the whole time until you died. So that's why you got to be extremely careful. Like, I just went for that ether. Now I'm in that situation, which is bad. You should be looking for ways to kill me without hard committing here. And you found one. Good stuff. So yeah, being aware of the ebb and flow of the match instead of just hitting buttons. That's the huge step, right? Trying to put yourself in your opponent's shoes, see what they're thinking. Right now you're thinking, shit, god damn it.
Yeah, basically.
Hold on, I'm gonna sound gross, but I got syrup on my controller.
What were you eating?
Pancake. My girlfriend brought me some reheated pancakes from breakfast.
Oh, that's awesome. You love to see that.
I got syrup on my controller. Don't worry about it.
Man, you're living the dream.
I don't know, man. Sticky hands is not the dream.
But just like having,
Was that?
just like the idea of having pancakes.
1,
Oh yeah, pancakes and coffee is always the dream. Okay, you gave up stage control for what? Right? Now you're still in disadvantage. Okay, you reclaimed center. Good. Now what are you going to do with it? Nice. Good stuff. You got a lot of percent out of that. And you're still in advantage. You overextended there. You just drifted too far forward. Overextending doesn't necessarily just mean throwing out committal moves. Sometimes it can have to do with your movement. Like if I were to go full out double jump up air to try to catch you there, that could be an overextension if it doesn't hit. So you gave up center. Why? Fight me for it. That's what we want. We want that center stage. If you're giving up center stage, there should be a reason for it. And it shouldn't be that you're scared. It should be, I'm giving up center stage because I'm trying to force you to, you know, whiff or something like that. So that was me. That was me mixing up because I hadn't done that in a while. And I only did it because I knew it would kill. Another big read. I might have killed it at 80, so I won't get on you too bad about it. Wow. Did I footstool you? Nice. The fact that that starts above and behind you is so good. Uh-oh. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Oop. It's okay, I'm screwing up too. See, that was really good pressure, and it was safe too. I couldn't have hard punished it without a call out. See, that nair, right? I could have gotten way more off of it, but all I did was throw out a safe move, and I went neutral. That's the best case scenario. Right now, yeah, you're in a terrible spot, and it's literally just because I did a max space fully safe nair. Nice, good stuff.
Thank you. I'm finally starting to catch on with that a little.
Yeah, you held center. That's all you gotta do sometimes. You held center, and then you waited for me to commit to something at a disadvantage, and you killed me for it. Sometimes it really is that simple.
True. I definitely have attention to overcome. It's nice to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go!
You're hitting too many buttons. I know you're winning this, but you're definitely hitting too many buttons, and like you've lost neutral a couple times because of it. There's nothing wrong with doing nothing,
Yeah, I'm trying to.
especially when you have the advantage. See? Do nothing there. You committed to an F tilt for no reason. You did like 3 moves in a row. All I did was 1 safe nair. Man, that is huge. I need to stop trying to go over that. All I did was 1 safe nair at a disadvantage. And because of you were hitting so many buttons, I was able to find it. You hit another button. That was a mix-up, so, you know, we'll accept that. I'll mix you up right back with the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those dash attacks become so much more powerful if you don't do them often.
True. Every second that you spend forgetting.
Yep. It's both of them should technically be unreactable, so like they can react to your movement, but they can't react to the actual dash attack. I've never seen you jump without using an aerial. Try not committing, you know?
Yeah.
I know Ridley's safe, but like you can't just be whiffing everything, because then you'll get your landings caught. Good call out. Ooh, the double F smash. This is a really good back there. I was just waiting for you to hit anything there. And you
Yeah,
hit,
I think-
you rolled.
Yeah.
I must move.
There's nothing wrong with just backing up, letting your opponent screw up.
True.
Especially in those tense situations. If they panic more than you, you win. The calmer player almost always prevails. So yeah, I wasn't sure what you were going to hit. I was thinking maybe like short hop approaching nair or something like that. But a roll is something I can actually also catch, so. That's what's so good about just backing up and F-flipping like that. Another commitment.
Wow.
That was just me reading your movement a bit. See that? No jumping. No jumping allowed. You just gave up center for no reason. I think you were trying to run against my shield and pressure me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gave up center. You got center and then you rolled out for no reason.
More that I was expecting.
Good spacing. Good spacing. See, there it's absolutely worth it. Because I die if you get it. Unfortunate.
All right. Rid.
Be careful with these ledge hangs, man. I know you're used to people not being able to reach it, but you're gonna get spiked or, you know, any number of awful punishes. Once someone who knows what they're doing comes along. Air dodge and disadvantage habit has been shown up more and more this stock, so I just figured I'd call it out.
I fight
Yeah.
for my
What I was
friends.
doing.
I didn't punish you for it like 3 times in a row, mainly because I just failed to punish it, and so I figured maybe this third time you won't expect me to.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm so close. As good as I want.
3, 2, 1, go!
Terrible.
Sorry, your mic's cutting out. What were you saying?
I'm so close to being like actually
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a good thing. Don't get frustrated.
such awful choices. It's like kind of an out of body.
Yeah, absolutely. And the worst part is like you're gonna get worse before you get better when you try to implement new stuff. You got to live with that because like it's just you're thinking. You're gonna be in your head while you internalize lessons, and so you can't get too frustrated with yourself. You got to give yourself a chance to actually learn.
Okay. All right. All right.
Ready? I'm not calling you. Yeah, I'm not intending to call you out. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
I know, man. This is just something that I'm that I have.
No, I understand completely. It's easy to get frustrated with yourself. But overall, I'm definitely seeing improvement.
That's
The good thing is your mechanics are good. Like you're not, screwing up. It's just you just got to get that little mental bit down. And like you know the game too. Like you don't have like a ton of work to do or anything. You gotta hammer home a few like guiding principles, and you're gonna be seeing really good results. Good read. So yeah, safe pressure for me. You jumped in the corner, which is what a lot of people do. What? All right. You fell out, I guess. Yoshi's low blast zone. Or high blast zone means that happens sometimes, I feel like.
That's definitely a weird one.
Good tech chase. Good pressure. Good safe pressure. Nice. Yeah. Catching the bad habit from the corner. Okay. I got past you, but you got 50% before I did, right? That's huge. See there, now you're overextending. That dash attack was not what I would have done in that situation. You're too eager to kill. Keep holding center. The kill will come. All right, there. You're too eager to get out of the corner. I'm just holding. Like you see what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Nice. You waited. You were patient. You found your moment. Exactly what you should be doing. You lost, but you exhibited some really good adaptations there. That was good stuff. It all came down to just like one interaction. But I appreciate that you managed to get out of disadvantage in that situation without panicking. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need to reframe the way that I.
It's so easy to accidentally autopilot. Especially when you don't spend time playing good players. Like one thing I struggled with when I started streaming was when I do viewer battles, the quality of the players I fight is like, it's not bad, but it's a lot lower than if I were to go into a matchmaking server or something. And so I was getting away with all sorts of stuff. And so when I would go back to playing really good players, I would be going for reads and things that just weren't materializing. So, find good player, like really good players to play with and get your ass kicked for a while is some really big advice I would give. Seems obvious, but like, it's important.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Nice.
I'm trying to incorporate.
careful and disadvantage. Make sure you're ready to air dodge. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Catching the jump habit. I appreciate you backing off there. You didn't go for some crazy like carry off forward air or something. You thought, oh, okay, I got my 30. I can keep advantage. This is great. And you backed off. Be careful with that habit. You do it a lot. Most Ridleys, it's like drop down side B is the habit. I appreciate the hard read. Didn't work out, but you didn't get punished for it either, so can't really fault you. Nice. Good stuff. You're doing a much better job of not letting me just side B over your head. Something I was getting away with a lot. Nice. You did exactly what I told you to punish that. I like it. I overextended, so now you get center stage back. There, like, the fact that you had center means you don't die there. So, like, that same interaction could have happened elsewhere on the stage, and I would have gotten a stock for it. So that's why center stage is so important. Which is obvious, but yeah. Being able to throw all those out, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the
Nice. You didn't go for the up smash like I expected you to. I went short and you just reacted. Good stuff.
Thank you. You like her playing a lot better.
Yeah, you were definitely playing a lot better that time.
Definitely some big.
Yeah, and again, if you leave this session and you go play people you usually beat and you notice that they're winning a few more games because you're trying to implement new stuff, don't get discouraged. Don't go back to your old habits. It can be tempting to take the instant gratification of winning a match over, I'll let you go, over the delayed gratification of winning more matches in the future. But, you know, don't fall prey to that. Okay. You overextended, but that's okay. It's pretty safe for Ridley to do that. Against Ike, especially. I think it was worth it for you to do that because there's so much likelihood of taking Ike's stock early that I definitely don't disagree with the decision. Wow, that's so fast. Good stuff. Ooh, I didn't think it would hit behind you.
Yeah, it's a huge hit.
That fair is getting you punished more than it is getting you back on the stage. Gotta be aware. One thing you can do is, if I'm always shielding that fair, start doing the ledge drop side B. Like it's cheese, but it means that I feel unsafe on ledge. Which is gonna give you a lot more mix options.
True, true.
So because I have center stage, I'm able to force whiff punches like that, and then just back up and punish you. It's all about center stage. It's so vital. So yeah, be careful in the corner. Ike has a million ways to bullshit you in that situation.
Don't stand in my way.
Yeah, he's not as honest as people say he is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing about that is, like, it relies on you screwing up, but it's definitely not particularly honest.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as, like, Crom's bullshit where he pulls you off the ledge, but it's still something else.
3, 2,
Yeah, just something we gotta
1,
respect.
go!
Another whiff punish.
Build up high five.
There's another one of those fairs, by the way. Got you punished again. So, it's a good idea to put pressure on your opponent when you come off the respawn platform, but at the very worst, take it as a free center stage, right?
Alright.
Make sure you don't overextend with it so that you actually end up in a negative position. Because, like, you're given an explicit advantage over your opponent. So, you know, sometimes you just want to take that advantage and start the stock up a neutral win, essentially. Without, like, you know, it's easy to want to kill them every time you come off the respawn platform. But if you go for a dash attack every time or something, they're just going to start taking center from you, and they're going to start the stock with an advantage. Nice. Oof, I got lucky. Nice, good whiff punish. That was just, you gotta be aware of what I can do on a platform. And you gotta watch out. That was, that one was a little bit not as cheesy because I didn't combo into it. I just threw it out raw hoping you would get hit. You just gotta be aware that that's always gonna be a possibility.
So what's the best way to go on the ledge?
Yeah, I mean, just don't put yourself in that position where that Aether can hit you. Like that double jump at a disadvantage there was really, really risky. So yeah, going low is almost always going to be safe against Ike. So I recommend it in almost all situations, even at low percent. That's going to be matchup dependent, but yeah. Good landing mix-up. The multiple jumps make it so much easier for you to land than a lot of characters.
I'm grateful he has just at least. Although
He still has trouble landing because his hurt box is just so huge. Nice. I was sitting there because I was just waiting for the air dodge, and that time you swung. You air dodged that time though. So this is me just pressuring you, trying to get you to do something. And also, like, I'm content if you don't do anything, because I have the lead and center stage. Not anymore, but you know what I mean. In that situation, I did. Wow, that killed me.
Yeah.
Good with punishes. Now I'm hitting buttons and you're punishing that. Good. Okay, that time you hit a button. Hitting buttons first is not always good. Okay, nice. You're doing a good job. You're just holding me in the corner. This is great. You got 82% off one neutral win. It's exactly what you should be going for. And then you went for a hard read and missed it, which is acceptable because you didn't get punished too bad. And also, you were at 82, or you were at 15 and I was at 82, so a hard read is completely understandable to go for because you just don't stand to get punished too much. That's basically a 50-50 ICAS on characters with small double jumps. Is if you air dodge, I just wait, and if you don't air dodge, I immediately double jump up air, off of up throw. So just be aware. I like that. You haven't done that at all. I've been able to just hold grab on ledge. Or hold shield, I mean. So that was a good mix-up. If I counter like that, you can do literally anything. It's really laggy. Don't panic. You panic. Yep. That's basically what it come down to. You panicked. Alright.
I must move
So we can do one more, or I can answer any questions you have.
Well, I think that answer is probably just keep anti-airing more, but I just find myself in a lot of situations like I'll use some aerials to pressure. Like, okay, so they're not jumping, and then as soon as I go for a tilt, I mean, like they've already jumped at that.
Yeah.
It's just I find myself in this situation so often. It's just like kind of an. I think that maybe just like replace it with another anti-air. That seems a logical solution to that, but at the same time, it's just like. Ugh.
Yeah. A lot of that could be there's like a rhythm and a flow, right? And if you always do aerial, aerial, aerial tilt, they're gonna catch on and start jumping over your tilt. So just make sure you're not doing the same pattern every time. Like if you're seeing yourself, like if you're getting frustrated by this, like you're not getting unlucky. Like it doesn't work that way, right? It's all odds. So if you're constantly seeing that happen, then it's because you're doing one pattern over and over again.
All right.
So you need to mix your pattern up. Like go watch the video. Hell, I would recommend even taking notes and being like, okay, my pattern here was nair, nair, back air, then I did an F tilt, and he jumped over it. And just note how many times you do the same exact pattern, and just be aware and try to get yourself to stop these repeatable patterns that people are punishing. That was a hell of a sentence.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my main advice. VOD review could help you a lot. Again, though, you played very well this time. You had some really good reads. You were really starting to hammer home by the end that you didn't want to commit to everything. And I don't know. I was really pleased with this session. I feel like you showed improvement from start to finish, and you're definitely doing better than you did before.
Oh, that means a lot.
Good.
Just trying.
Yeah, man. Don't get discouraged. Seriously, I'm going through the same thing right now because like I recently realized that there's a lot of things that I could be doing a lot better, and my results have kind of dropped while I've been trying to figure it out and get better at it. but it feels very, very rewarding when it starts to pay off.
Definitely.
It's also more boring to play center. Like I know that that can be frustrating, but take your satisfaction with your punish game. But you also have to find satisfaction with those neutral wins, because like that's outplaying your opponent. That's where it really comes down to it. Like punish game's great, and it feels awesome to get that F smash at 40 and kill, you know. But you have to find other ways for gratification in the game, um, or you're gonna find yourself like going for unsafe options just because you think it would be cool or fun. And like that's great. It's a great way to play like that in friendlies. But if you want to win and you want to be consistent instead of, you know, having high peaks and low valleys, you got to learn how to play safe. It's really important.
I feel like a lot of the Twitter and culture on Smash kind of makes people feel like they have to play like that to go for clips.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
just like really sees the ones that people don't hit.
Yeah, clips are great, but you know, how are you going to clip someone if you can't win neutral against them?
Exactly. And just being able to avoid losing neutral.
Yeah, and clips are for pools. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the clips you see pro players getting, I mean, unless you're MKLeo and you can do that against Samsora, like
Mm-hmm.
people clip people in pools all the time. And then brag like, I got this in tournament. It's like, yeah, against the dude who's been to 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's funny.
don't get too discouraged. Like a lot of my
Yeah.
clips are from viewer battles and stuff where, you know, people are of all kinds of skill levels.
Makes sense.
But yeah, your goal should be to win. You got to find your satisfaction in the win instead of how you win if you want to be
Love that.
consistent. I hope that's helpful. I know that that sounds lame or not fun.
No, you're actually speaking my language. I actually am much more interested in outplaying people.
Good. Yeah, it's actually incredibly satisfying to outplay people in that way.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a thrill seeker. I'm more.
Cool.
I like the kind of mental game aspect.
Yeah, people get obsessed with punish game because it's the easiest thing to practice. It's literally just, can I hit this series of buttons? Like, there's not too much thought to it most of the time.
Mhm.
That's why so many bad players play Luigi. Anyway, um,
Got him.
let's. If you want to schedule a follow up, let me know. You know the drill at this point, so I don't really need to give you the closing spiel. Have a nice day.
Gotcha. And take care. Thank
Yeah, DMs are always open, so have a good one.
you too.